Hello and welcome to episode number 55 of the Daily Sales Message, where each and every single day for at least the last 55 days in a row now, I've provided you, more accurately, with a piece of simple and actionable sales advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff. If you're new around here, my name is James Newell. I teach people how to sell for a living, and for me it comes in two parts. It starts with having a clear sales message so people understand what you're offering, and secondarily you need to have selling confidence, the ability to be natural and comfortable in a selling situation. In this episode of the Daily Sales Message, we're talking about fake discounting. And it's a trap we can fall into easily. Discounting itself, each episode of the Daily Sales Message is like 5 minutes long. I could do a 5-hour episode on discounting and the whys and the wherefores, etc. It's a very, very tricky thing to navigate. But what we're talking about today is fake discounting. So there are some shops, and you know straight away who these people are. Sofa companies are particularly bad. I think companies like Gap as well have been particularly bad at this. But when was the last time you ever paid full price for something at a particular retailer, a particular shop? There are some which will absolutely spring to mind for you, where you would have to go out of your way to pay full price to buy from that retailer. And the point is, if it's always discounted, if it's always on sale, then isn't that just the price? So if nobody's paying the full price, the higher price, isn't the discounted price now just the price? The trouble with fake discounting, and I'm calling it fake because obviously by law they have to offer things at the higher price and then they can reduce it. But has anybody actually bought it at the higher price? Probably not. A lot of these places are in perennial sale, Blue Cross, start of season, end of season, mid-season. Just insert generic excuse here for the discount. Offer ends Monday. They don't tell you which Monday, right? So these things are going on forever, and it's a fake discount because nobody's really paying the full price. The reason I'm telling you this is because discounting is one of those things that can be quite misleading. You might think if you discount your offering, it makes it more attractive for people to buy from you. And it's not entirely the case, because when you discount something, you're charging less. If something doesn't cost much money, do we think it has a higher value or a lower value? That's right, it has a lower value. So by discounting things, we might be scaring people away who think that the offering is of a lower quality. And over time, that can not only erode people's perception of the value of what you do, but it can also affect your confidence in delivering and talking to people. It just cheapens everything. So whilst discounting might be a perceived way to drive some quick sales and some quick activity, 9 times out of 10, it can more act like a deterrent, or it can certainly have negative consequences, like these retailers that we know where you'd never, ever, ever pay full price ever again when buying from them. So now their discounted price is just the price. Very damaging. Hope that makes sense. I feel like I might have confused you there a little bit, even though I'm supposed to be the clear sales message guy, but hopefully you're still with me. I'll give you a real world example. In the UK, back in the day, we used to have a shop here called Eisenegger, and they sold like puffer jackets and ski wear and things like that, but they were quite known for their puffer jackets, and they were famously known for being in a closing down sale. Like 50-75% of closing down sale. These jackets, I can't remember the exact figures, bear with me, but they should have, the retail price, the recommended retail price was like £200 or something for a puffer jacket, but you could have got it for like £30 or £40 because they're in a closing down sale. The only snag was they were closing down for years and years and years. They were perennially in sale. They were fake discounting. I don't think there's a human that walks the earth that paid 200 quid for an Eisenegger jacket. So as a result, people just didn't really rate them as a high quality, high price jacket. They just were perceived as a cheap jacket because they were always on sale. They were always discounted. So whilst it may have encouraged some sales here or there, the Eisenegger brand, became a budget brand and people just understood what was going on. It didn't really work for them in the long term. And then ironically, they did eventually close down The Boy Who Cried Wolf. So the moral of the story today, children, is be careful of fake discounting. Be careful of offering things at a lower price when nobody's really bought them at the higher price, and or just being perennially in sale, because if there's no option to ever really buy your thing at the higher price, then isn't the discounted price just now what it costs? That's it for this episode number 55 of the Daily Sales Message. Tomorrow we're talking about speed and clicks in episode number 56. Tune in tomorrow and you can find out just what I'm going to whittle on about tomorrow for about 5 to 6 minutes or so. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd really ask you to recommend us, leave a rating, a star rating, or review, whatever, on your podcast platform of choice. We'd really appreciate that. It just helps us to reach more people, and if you write a review in particular, it helps people to understand precisely what to expect from the podcast and what you enjoyed. And that's what this is all about, reaching more people to help them feel more confident and sell more stuff. That's it for this episode. I'll see you tomorrow.